Hello walls! So today we're here to talk about all the new releases of 2020. I'm excited to read, like I cannot wait to read them. And I know it's February, so I'm kind of late to the game, whatever, but I ask you if you still wanted to look into my, 2020 most excited releases, most anticipated releases, whatever. You said yes, so here it is, wolves. I'm gonna talk about 12 books. One I have and have already read. A second one I haven't read yet, I think. And then the others are not out already, I think. Okay, I prepared everything on a paper, on Trello on my iPad. So we're gonna go through them all. Never mind, that was in English, but you got me. We're gonna talk about 12 books, so I picked, 12 books. I wish it was one per month, but I didn't find releases for every single month that I would be like excited for, whatever, or about blah blah blah. And also I cannot have the same setting in every single video, like every time I put my chair differently, etc, etc. I hope it doesn't bother you. But yeah, okay, first book. You probably know that I'm gonna talk about this book here. Oh my god, Come Tumbling Down by Shanna Maguire, the 5th book of the Wayward Children series. So I got all the books here. Yeah, you cannot imagine how organized I got, video after video, you know what I mean? Like every book is here and I can see the spine, so I can like see where they are exactly, precisely, so I can just pick it up. Never mind, you're not here for that, but look at all the covers. So this is the first one, Every Heart a Doorway. I really loved it. Down Among the Stick and Bones, also the second one, I really loved it. Beneath the Sugar Sky, loved it as well. And the 4th one is actually, I think, my all-time favorite. If I had to pick only one from the 5th here, from the 5 books I have here, this one, In an Absent Dream, will be my all-time favorite, and the cover is also my favorite one. And even if they're all gorgeous, and yes, this is the 5th one, rated 5 stars. All of the books here are 5 stars for me. Not a surprise. I don't think I will ever be able to give one of the books from that series less than 5 stars, and I really hope she's gonna continue with that series and never stop. I imagine myself being like 80 years old and still reading the new book every year in January. Yeah, I know, crazy, but I love that series so much. If you haven't read it, do it, please do it. Read that series, do yourself a favor, read that series. It has to do with wayward children, so children who went through a door to perfect worlds such as Narnia or Neverland or Wonderland or whatever, those kind of worlds. And everyone has a perfect door waiting for them for a perfect world. And when I say perfect world, it doesn't mean that the world is actually perfect, but it fits you and it was made perfectly for you. So let's say you're someone very logical, you're gonna end up in a very logical world. You love nonsense, you're gonna end up in a nonsense world. And that's what it says here. Every heart a doorway. Every soul will find a door somewhere. And this is the story of the kids coming back from those worlds, and the only thing they want to do is to go back there. And for that, they're going to a school and they're gonna learn to have a normal life again, but it's very difficult. So my gosh, wolves, you had to read that series. If I had to recommend only one series, it would be that one. Yes, not even Harry Potter, it would be that one. So yeah. And when I say not even Harry Potter, it means that Harry Potter, I know it's really not for everyone. This series is not for everyone again, but I feel like more people will enjoy that than Harry Potter. And also, when you want to start a series, these are shorter books, and Harry Potter is just, huge. So that's why. But yeah, let's move on to book number 2. Book 2 is that one, So A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer, which is a sequel to that, A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. Yeah, the same author. I got that book like in 2018 as an ARC, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait till I have time to read it and blah blah blah. Got it in September 2018 and read it like in November 2018, and I was like, oh my gosh, how come, why did I wait until I read that book? Like, it was amazing. I've read it in no time. It is a retelling of The Beauty and the Beast with a very modern touch. I know a lot of people are like, I'm not gonna read that book because I feel that the fact that the girl is from our world and goes to a fairy tale world and is able to go and come back and blah blah blah, it's something that people like. It's not like a pet peeves or whatever, but some people are like, that's not for me. But I really felt like it was really well done, and I really love that it's not like the love at first sight, you know, what you could expect in retellings of fairy tales or whatever. I really did love that one, so I got the second one. I haven't read it yet because I just got super busy, but I'm really excited for it. And I mean, about it. And here are Prelude limited editions. So yeah, it came out, obviously I have it, so yeah. Then we are going to start with all the books I don't have and I'm planning to get ASAP. I mean, when they come out. And the first one is The Shadow Between Us by Tricia Levenseller. So I got her Daughter of the Pirate King, Daughter of the Siren Queen, and also Warrior of the Wild by that same author, and I really loved everything she wrote, so I decided to give that one a try as well. And yeah, it's gonna come out end of February, so very soon, so February 25th. And yeah, oh yeah, I really want to read that one actually. Here I have the synopsis, and it's about like Alessandra is tired of being overlooked, but she has a plan to gain power. Who? The Shadow King. Marry him, kill him, and take his kingdom for herself. That's, I mean, it sounds very Tricia Levenseller, as you know, a girl power in all of her books. So I'm really excited about that one. And apparently in this book, so Alessandra wants to kill the king and take the kingdom, blah blah blah, but she's not the only one, so she's gonna have to fight on both sides or whatever. So I'm really intrigued by that one. So it's coming out in February 25th. It's gonna be a book a little over 300 pages, and all while struggling not to lose her heart. After all, who better for a Shadow King than a cunning villainous queen? So yeah, sounds perfect. Then on March 3, there is a book that's coming out that I've already read because I've read the arc. But I'm really excited about that book because I really feel like you're gonna love it, Walls. If you love dark retellings, that one might be for you. It is A Strike in the Shadow. I think it's The Shrike or The Shriek. So here by Chantal Gadouri and A.M. Wright. This is a retelling of Hansel and Gretel, and it is darker. It's not what you would expect it to be. I mean, I didn't expect it to be like that, and I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the twist. I enjoyed how dark it was. I enjoyed the writing style. I enjoyed pretty much everything from that book. I gave it like 4 stars. At that point, I don't remember why I didn't give it like 5 stars, but I feel like the only thing that happened is that there was something that bothered me. Maybe the love kind of thing. You know, love in books is always something that bothers me. I don't know how come, but it was really interesting because I didn't expect what was coming. And also I was addicted. Like, I didn't feel like it would be the case, like I didn't think so, because it was actually published by the publishing, what's the name? The Parliament House, I think. And I read all the books by them and I really didn't enjoy them. So I got that one on NetGalley and I was like, yeah, maybe, probably they're gonna say no because they saw that I didn't like the other books and blah blah blah. But that's not the case, and this one was really different from what I've read before, especially because I've never read a retelling of Hansel and Gretel. And yeah, I really recommend that one. So the main plot of the story is that actually Hansel and Gretel are living outside a little village, and men have gone, like they've been disappearing, missing one by one. And you know, Gretel and Hansel are a bit outside village. They're seen as orphans because they actually are orphans. So we kind of see Greta as a witch, whatever, so they're gonna have to leave their village. So outside the comfy house, etc, etc, they have no one else except one guy that's gonna help them a bit. But yeah, loved it. Then on March 3, Amber Queen's gonna come out. So that's by Laura Sebastian. This is a sequel, I mean the third book in that trilogy. So the first one is Ash Princess, the second one is Lady Smoke, and the third one will be Amber queen. So the thing with that series is that in the first one I was really confused. Like, I gave it 3 stars, so it's not like I want everyone to read it, because actually this is basically the story of a girl who's gonna lose everything, her kingdom, her mother, her family, her friends, etc., because there is a guy coming to that city and just killing everyone and becoming the king, the emperor, etc., etc., you know, an invasion kind of thing. And he's gonna kill everyone except for her. He's gonna use her as a toy, so he can show everyone that he's the ruler here, he is the king, he has all the power, and she actually is doing what he wants, and she is still that symbol of him conquering the entire kingdom, if you know what I mean. And in that first book, she's like, I made a review of it like a long time ago, I'm gonna link it here, but she's empty, like she's a slave, so maybe she's acting that way because she's not allowed to feel anything, she's not allowed to have a personality, she's not allowed to a lot of things, you know. And the only friend she has in that book is kind of weird, because like the relationship between them is weird, because the other girl is like, yeah, you're a slave, so if I'm telling you, you have to be my friend, you have to be my friend, and she's like, oh yeah, but you're my best friend. It was a bit weird, but I really enjoyed the secret like rebellion going on there, and you get more of it in that one. It ended on a cliffhanger, if I remember well, so I was pretty excited about that one. So now I really want to read the end of that series, even if it's a 3-star series. I feel I really loved it. So, and I love the covers as well, especially that one, Ash Princess, because she's Ash Princess because everyone died around her, so she has like a ash crown, which is just insane. But yeah, cannot wait for the 3rd one. Okay, so then it's The Life Below. I thought it was coming out in March, but actually Goodreads is telling me that it came out on February 18. I didn't know about that. So it is written by Alexandra Monnier. The first one is the final 6, and actually the final 6, I gave it 4 stars. It is a YA sci-fi, and I read it a long time ago, but really did enjoy it. I think I did a review as well, I will link it there. Yeah, when I started booktube, I was reviewing everything, like everything. Oh, I remember now. So this is basically the story of Leo and Naomi. Leo is from Italy, Naomi is from the States, and she has like, she's living from California, and she's some kind of genius. And Leo is actually a swimmer, and you know, living on Earth is not really possible anymore because it's overly polluted, and apparently there is some catastrophe coming up and they're all gonna die, whatever. So they're trying to pick the most intelligent person and smartest person, etc., to send them in some kind of training camp to go to space and to rebuild humanity, basically. Yeah, the final 6 we will be scouting a new planet. Intense training, global scrutiny, and cutthroat opponents are only a few of the hurdles the contestants must endure in this competition. And I really did enjoy it until the end. And till the end you are like, okay, that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen, and then oh no, that's not gonna happen. Oh yes, that's, oh my gosh, it was just insane. I really loved it. Again, YA sci-fi I feel could be for a newbie sci-fi person. So I really enjoyed it. Apparently it came out already, so I'm gonna have to get it. Then you have Hold Back the Tide by Melinda Salisbury. The only reason why I want to pick that book is because Melinda Salisbury wrote State of Sorrow, which I really enjoyed. You should read that series if you like political stuff. So it's slow, but it's intense, and there is a lot of conspiracy going on. So I really recommend that YA fantasy series. But this one is coming out in March, and apparently it is just a fantasy on Goodreads, so meaning it is an adult book, I think. I don't know much. The only thing I know is that here it says, everyone knows what happened to Alba's mother all those years ago. But when dark forces begin to steer in Ormskola, Alba has to face a very different future and question everything she thought she knew about her past. That's the only thing we know from that book. And that it is written by Melinda Salisbury, that is coming out in March. Apparently, I'm really intrigued because it's Melinda Salisbury. It's very short, like it's a very short summary, so I'm even more intrigued, and I love the cover. So I don't need more. I'm intrigued. And then in April, we had the sequel to that book, so The Wicked Sense. So the sequel's name is actually Ruthless Gods, and it's coming out in April. And the writer is Emily A. Duncan. I was very confused by the book, the first one, because I expected it to be so dark, but it wasn't. I mean, in my opinion, it wasn't that dark. It wasn't that, like, bloody and blah blah blah, which I don't know why I was expecting that, but blah blah blah. In the first book, you're gonna follow a different point of view. So a girl who can speak to gods must save her people without destroying yourself. A prince in danger must decide who to trust. A boy with monstrous secrets waits in the wings. Together they must assassinate the king and stop the war. So it was intense, but I felt like something was missing from that book, but I still am super excited about the sequel. So yeah, and a lot of people actually loved it, and then a lot of people actually hated it. So that's why I'm even more intrigued, because I don't know if, because I like the first one, so does that mean that I'm gonna love the sequel or hate the sequel, or maybe I don't like it anymore, you know? I'm just intrigued. Okay, so I think that a lot of people actually added that book to their TBR, but it is Aurora Burning, the sequel to Aurora Rising. It's coming out in May by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, and it is a sci-fi, YA sci-fi, which I really did love. I listened to the audiobook. I cannot remember how many stars I gave it. I gave it 4 stars. Is that possible? Is that possible? I gave it 4 stars. Yeah, I gave it 4 stars. So I really did enjoy it. I loved every single characters in that book. So basically you have all those kids or all those aliens kind of thing. They're going on some kind of training, and at the end they have a draft, so they have to pass some tests, and the best one can pick the best career, etc, etc. And the guy who's actually sure he's gonna get the best choice, whatever, because he's the best at everything, decided not to go there. I mean, he didn't decide not to go there, but he decided to play the hero and save Aurora from a certain death, and he's gonna help her, and he's gonna be late to the draft, and he's not gonna get the career he wants, but he saved her. And that's the very beginning of everything, because who is she? How come she's human, but she thinks that she's from like way in the past, but she's way in the future? Very confusing, very lovable. I loved every single characters. Like, for once I couldn't pick just 1 or 2 characters. I love them all. They all had their job to do in that story. They made sense, etc. So oh, my stomach is hungry. But yeah, I loved it. Highly recommend that. Even the audiobook on script was really good. So yeah. The next book is coming out in June, and it is The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant. I got so pumped for that book because the publisher actually published so many posts on Twitter, and I was like, okay, the cover is gorgeous. I want to know what it is about, and I got intrigued. And basically, it is Les Miserables meets Six of Crows in this page-turning adventure as a young thief finds herself going head-to-head with leaders of Paris' criminal underground in the wake of the French Revolution. So, I'm really intrigued by the concept, I'm really intrigued by the story, etc, etc. The only thing that I feel like down about is that it's gonna happen in Paris, so I hope it's gonna be a different Paris than the one we actually have, because I'm not a fan of that city, and whenever I read about Paris in a book, I'm like, So it's just my own personal opinion. You don't have to feel that way, and if you're from there, I'm sorry. I just don't like the city. I'm from Belgium. I hate Brussels, so that's fine. And yeah, in the violent urban jungle of an alternate 1828 Paris, the French Revolution has failed, and the city is divided between merciless royalty and 9 underworld criminal guilds, known as the Court of Miracles. Eponina, or Nina, Thénardier is a talented cut burglar and member of the Thieves Guild. Nina's life is midnight robberies, avoiding her father's fist, and watching over her naive adopted sister Cosette, Etty. When Etty attacks the Eye of the Tiger, the ruthless lord of the Guild of Flesh, Nina is caught in a desperate race to keep the younger girl safe. Her vow takes her from the city's dark underbelly to the glittering court of Louis XVII. And it also forces Nina to make a terrible choice: protect Etty and set off a brutal war between the guilds, or forever lose her sister to the tiger. I mean, you got it. Then, the third book in a series will come out in July. So Lifelike was the first one, Deviates is the second one, and I think the third one will be True Life. Yes, I think so, and it's coming. So in July, here is gonna be the cover. Sci-fi, J. Christoph, YA, and it is basically a retelling of Anastasia, and I had some vibes like Pinocchio vibes in the first book, so I really loved it. And yeah, robots and, you know, sci-fi things. I really do love sci-fi. I need more sci-fi in my life. But basically a girl who's gonna discover a robot one day, an android, because she actually destroyed hers during some kind of battles, you know, a game to gain, like, to get some money out of it. She's gonna find an android, and the android's gonna be, oh, I know you, but I cannot tell you I know you, and blah blah blah. Secrets. And I really did love the series so much. The secrets, the societies, the world building, everything that was going on there, and all the different kind of robots, etc, etc. Everything made sense to me. Everything was well built. I can't wait for the third one. The last book I'm going to talk about is actually a fantasy, middle grade fantasy, and it is Over the Woodward Hall. And you know, you can see the author here, Deborah Baker. It is actually Shannon Maguire, so I'm really pumped for that one as well. Not because it's Shannon Maguire, just because it's like, it's also interesting. I don't know. And I'm gonna read you the synopsis because, oh my god. If you trust her, you will never get home. Avery is an exceptional child. Everything he does is precise, from the way he washes his face in the morning to the way he completes his homework, without complaint, without fuss, without prompt. Zip is also an exceptional child, because all children are in their own way. But where everything Avery does and it can be measured, nothing Zip does can possibly be predicted, except for the fact that she can always be relied upon to be unpredictable. They live on the same street, they live in different worlds. On an unplanned detour from home to school one morning, Avery and Zip find themselves climbing over a low stone wall into the up and under, an impossible land filled with mystery, adventure, and the strangest creatures. And they must find themselves and each other if they are to also find their way out and back to their own lives. Perfect, right? I mean, we had so many books like Ups and Downs and Ups and Under and blah blah blah, and movies, etc, etc, but Shannon Maguire, so don't ask me more. And I want to read that book, I want to read that book, I want to read that book. So I'm sure I'm not the only one, actually. So yeah. Okay, well, so that's it for this video. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know one of your most anticipated release, and also let me know if you're now intrigued by one of the books I mentioned, and if yes, which one. I would be curious to know. But yeah, well, okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to be a part of the pack. Talk to me in the comment section as usual, and until next time, take care, wolves.